Okay, now it's on Facebook. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. And we are so happy tonight. Tonight in the morning, whenever you are looking at this stream from Female Wave of Change MENA region, we are here to celebrate all together two main occasions. The first one is the Women's Day, and the second one is the launching of Female Wave of Change MENA in March 4 years ago. And we are celebrating our fourth anniversary. So we are here to be together for this 1 hour, and we will join all together to know more about us as Female Wave of Change in general and Female Wave of Change MENA. Convert every challenge into gift and opportunity. And here we go today with the challenge of COVID, where we couldn't have any way to see each other. The social distancing made us to feel as we can still socialize and online. And that brings a lot of opportunities to meet a lot of people from all over the world tonight and to be all together here. We are growing, the MENA is growing, and Female Wave of Change did a lot of new steps. We are now in 5 countries in the MENA region, more to come soon. And we will be talking today with each ambassador to tell us what exactly they are doing in their own country, what's the plan, and how we are working the 5 pillars made and already put as a vision and the mission from Female Wave of Change Global. We're working hard to make this happen and to give this empowerment and support to every woman who would love to move forward and to step out of her comfort zone. Without a lot of talk today, I will give the floor to Ingumbol, who is the co-creator of Female Wave of Change Global. And we are so happy today, Ingon, that you are here with us, knowing that it was maybe in a way impossible to see you with us if you were on site. So we're happy today that you are joining us, and the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you, Rula. And it is really a pleasure. And I was just thinking, imagine when, it could have been in your own area instead of online. I couldn't have joined you, or maybe, I would have been on a plane and joined you. That would have been, of course, be really great. But, using the power of the internet this way is so great, because today, everything that you will share will be broadcasted all over the world. And that is really fantastic. We started 4 years ago as Female Wave of Change, and really coming from two perspectives. One, it was, we live in a world of change, and change was so rapidly, so exponential, that we felt, okay, we really have to be aware, and we have to take responsibility to make sure that change is heading in the right direction. Change is good, rapid change is good, but we really feel that we need to redirect it. And for that, we believe that we need our feminine values and our feminine energy to do so. So that was one. So more focus on that feminine energy, but also for us, it is very important as women to reshape the future and to create a legacy for the next generations. If we look at the world right now, and I know in your area, it's even worse than anywhere else for women, but for whoever, we need to be able to share, to tell our kids and our grandkids over so many more years that we really tried, that we made that effort to make a change and to leave a legacy for the next generations. So that is why we're here. We need more authentic feminine leaders to step into that role as change maker and be the change. So I wish you a wonderful event, a wonderful conference, and I give the floor back to you, Rula.
Thank you so much, Ingun. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce our board member who is responsible of the MENA region, Mrs. Nawal Tarazi. Nawal, we're so happy also that we are even meeting online, but we are meeting with you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nawal Tarazi. I'm Jordanian living in Geneva, Switzerland for the past 11 years. I'm a professor at the head of department at the International University in Geneva and the founder and director of NWNT Consulting. And above all, I'm a mother of 3 children. I joined Female Wave of Change in 2018 as part of Circle of Wise Women. Then requested to join the board. Since then, I have been involved in many projects and conferences that inspired and supported several women around the world. Female Wave of Change strongly believe that women in the Middle East and in all the Arab world have a lot of potential, and we are committed to provide all needed support. Female Wave of Change ambassadors in the Arab world are selective, inspiring ladies who present the true model and authentic, hardworking Arab women. We count on them and thank them, each and every one of you. And we invite all Arab ladies to join their activities and support their projects. Today, we celebrate together not only the International Women's Day, we celebrate women's waves who strongly push the barriers, pushed the bar, and opened closed doors for the other ladies, sisters, and friends who were doubting their abilities. What we need to understand that leading women in the Middle East did not reach what they reached because there was a support system. On the contrary, some ladies had to fight the system, fight the culture, challenge the laws and regulations that limited their growth, sometimes challenge and stand strong facing the negativity from those relatives, fathers, brothers, husbands, colleagues, and managers who used to believe that women's role is only at home. To all those, we say thank you, challenging us, pushed us to be what we are.
Yeah.
I am proud to join you today as a proud Middle Eastern woman who faced a lot of challenges and proved herself in her own country and abroad. And proud to be Female Wave of Change board member who's looking forward to use the expertise of all women within this organization to support women all around the world and in the Arab world in particular. Thank you all, and let's benefit from each other's expertise. Back to you, Rula.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nawal. And before we continue, let me thank the committee who worked hard to get this event a successful one. And really, not by names, but by person, I would like really to thank you all for all the effort you've done, either directly or indirectly. And I know what we are going through, and every one of us here is having a lot of challenges. So a small note of thank you will not express exactly how I feel regarding what you are doing and what you have done and what you will be doing. So thanks again. Now I'll give the floor to Mrs. Fadia Ghanem, who is also the lawyer of the MENA region for the Female Wave of Change. So thank you, Fadia, already for this great inspiration that you are giving us each day. And I'll give you the floor. Thanks again.
Thank you, Rula. Happy International Women's Day. I am Fadia Ghanem, a Lebanese lawyer, and I believe that the legacy of women is confidence, leadership, and service. And this is exactly what's happening in Female Wave of Change. We will now begin and open the dialogue with the first question. How can we, as Female Wave of Change, leaders and women, contribute to the economy and pave way for more just society. My question goes to Noor and Adriana.
Thank you, Fadia. I think we will first go about introducing each other. So if you don't mind, I will go ahead and introduce myself before answering the question, and then give the floor to my colleagues, the ambassadors from all the other countries in MENA. You agree? Okay, so thank you so much, and I'm so happy to be part of this special event on this special day today with all of my wonderful colleagues from the Female Wave of Change, and happy International Women's Day to all the women of the world. I'm Noor Moghrabi from Jordan, with around 20 years experience working with the private sector and international development agencies in Jordan and the region. I'm currently a consultant in women economic empowerment of women. And with a strong understanding of economies and the dynamics of the MENA region, I am helping and developing and implementing regional approaches for women and youth economic inclusion. And today, I just want to mention that in Jordan, which is my country of 10 million people, women are educated and healthy, yet traditional roles and social norms still dominate their lives. Women representation in the work life and in decision-making positions remains extremely low. However, domestic violence, female unemployment, and problem marriages are very high. We believe women can and should do better. Young women, especially in Jordan, want to have a say in what they study, work, and in choosing their partners, yet they are usually surrounded by smaller networks and little opportunities to receive guidance when compared to their male counterparts. More experienced women like us in the Female Wave of Change Jordan have a lot of experience to share. Through our platform, we want to discuss and raise concerns facing women regarding their self-image, social expectations, becoming active citizens, forming healthy relationships, and developing themselves. We aim to help them shape their lives and future and to connect with each other. Our wave makers, Mais, Niveen, and Safa in Jordan are powerful women who could, through their personal strife, reach a lot of their dreams. We want to join our forces to share words of wisdom, inspiration, and compassion with younger women who have many questions, but maybe no place to go, to be your voice of reason, virtual friends, and a living example of how women in Jordan navigate through all the odds. Thank you very much. And I give the floor to my fellow ambassadors to introduce themselves as well.
Thank you, Noor, for your insightful answer. We go to Adriana.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's so good to be here with you. And I'm happy to join this conversation today from Qatar. So I'm the ambassador here, and my name is Adriana Meyer. And my passion for female entrepreneurship and authentic ways of leading brought me to this amazing organization here, Female Wave of Change. At the end of 2019, a common friend introduced me to Rula, who connected me with Ingun. And at the time, I thought that I would be able to share my passion with the community here, because Qatar is a country that exists right at the intersection of modernity and tradition. And you will notice, if you're an expatriate like myself, that this plays out most strikingly and when it comes to gender rights. But it's important to do a homework, and then I did. So we are able to check that the country is progressing a lot in terms of gender equality, supporting more women in leadership roles, and supporting women to voice their opinion in society as a whole. So I'm happy to share this platform with you today and say that back to last year, before the pandemic, we had 5 wave makers just after 1 month. But when the pandemic came, we had it disappearing. So now I'm struggling with finding more support and I'm here as a call as well. But also I'm happy to share with you that I'm partnering with some organizations that are linked to the United Nations in the Women's Department. And very soon we will have great news for all of us to support our country here in Qatar and in MENA region. Thank you, Rula, back to you.
Lena, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. I thought Shada was going. Thank you, everyone. Really, good evening, and I am very thrilled to be part of this group and of this activity tonight. So my name is Lina Al-Assad, and I am the Female Wave of Change Ambassador in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, where I have been living and working for more than 14 years. So for me, I consider this as my second home or like a home country. I come from an extensive background in corporate, and currently I'm a leadership and team coach, supporting individuals and teams to design and live their success stories. I work and focus a lot on women, supporting them, but not only in corporate, as mothers, as educators, as leaders in general. And this has attracted me really, when I also spoke with Rula and I knew about the vision of the Female Wave of Change, which is about, growing the female change makers and about inviting women to take responsibility. And that's a big word, responsibility of building the future of their families, the communities, and the world. It was such a resonant vision with the work that I do. And I decided to take on this role. In the team, I am very excited to say that only 2 weeks ago, we have 2 amazing women here with us, Maisa Khalil and Foza Belts, who joined as wave makers. And together, we want to create a community in the UAE and hopefully beyond, but a community where women are inspired to celebrate their authentic self, where we awaken the greatness inside everyone and we realize that we all have the power and the power is within us. And we're proud, a community where we are proud to bring out the feminine energy that Engun tapped into, that energy of abundance, of creation, of collaboration, and all for the betterment of the community and the world. I'm a mother of 2 children where I believe it's a responsibility for me to leave a better place for them and for the community in general. We desire to create here in the UAE a community that is connected and that together we can tap into each other's potential, that we can lift each other's up, support each other's up, not compete with each other's, that we can have open dialogues, that be ourselves. And most importantly, that we realize that we all have resources and an action does not always need to be so big so that it is impactful. Every action and every step we do count. So I invite all the audience, all the listeners to join this wave, and together we can grow it and make a ripple effect. I will keep I'll keep it very short and move into more specific actions in line with the pillars when we make the announcement, and leave the floor to maybe Shada next.
Shada.
Who can go for the introduction.
Hello, beautiful souls. Hello, everyone, men and ladies. I'm happy that we have men with us. This is Shada from the north of Lebanon. Welcome to our plantation. Women's Day that gather women from different countries in order to create a network for more perfect union. I would like to announce what the schedule for for the next few coming months, and I hope that you will be many with us. On the 19th of March, Peggy Abu Jawde, psychologist, will be our guest to highlight the psychological status of women during this pandemic and the challenges that had faced women and what should be done. On 9th of April, our MENA ambassador, Rulai Sawan, will be our guest too, to show us the advantages and the clues of working from home and how to be online and how it may affect positively on the woman income. On the third talk will be about the level of culture and education that women may achieve and realize. I hope that everyone can join us. I hope that that platform can be unit and will develop and will be worldwide like today. Thank you all for being with us. Happy Women's Day, everyone.
Dr. Mina Al-Kali, the floor is yours.
You're mute, Doctor. Dr. Mina, you are on mute.
Now, do you hear me? Hello.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Good evening, ladies. Wherever you are, my name is Mina El-Kari from Morocco. I'm an expert trainer and consultant in autism and specific education. I'm so honored to be among you today to celebrate the International Women's Day. And I appreciate all efforts deployed by this powerful female wave of change team. I would like to thank first all efforts and all women's. They are challenging for change, for the empowerment for women's. It's a great pleasure for me to contribute to this change that will reflect the positive impact of women leading in change. For me in Morocco, it's the first time to be among you. I hope to create a community by wave makers and to contribute to all activities which will help and lead women to be more powerful in the society. I'm sure that this meeting today will be fruitful, interesting for all participants and ambassadors to exchange our projects, our topics, and with success as it has always been the case for Female Wave of Change events. And thank you. I hope that I can communicate in English. I have some problem, but I try to.
Thank you. You did excellent.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mrs. Noor Moghrabi?
She was the first.
Yes.
Now we go to the questions, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's put our dialogue in action. And here's my question that goes to Noor Moghrabi and Adana. How can we, as female wave of change, leaders and women, contribute to the economy and pave way for a more just society?
Yes, thank you, Fadia. Well, I believe that women in the region need to really unlock their potential to contribute to their society and its prosperity. Through Female Wave of Change, we help provide support by showing role models, female role models, who are living examples of what women are doing and can do. We will also exchange on pathways for personal and professional development to help women achieve fulfillment and become equal partners in society and especially in the workplace. We also seek to empower men to stand by women in the workplace as business owners,
Can you hear Noor?
in the MENA region, we want to contribute to bringing in more women confidently and steadily into the economy. We welcome everyone to join our Female Wave of Change because we want everyone to be part of developing just and empowering communities for all its members. Thank you.
Thank you, Noor. And I would also like to add here that this topic has been central to governments and societies globally. And from a humanistic perspective, I believe that building and strengthening partnership between and among various stakeholders at all levels is key to implementing a more economically sustainable society for all of us. And we all know as well from our own experiences that local stores and suppliers have been experiencing challenges with the recent impact of COVID-19. So as female wave of change leaders and women in general, we can shift the gears and implement small but impactful actions such as shop local movement, with what we can support the local market, with some simple things that we can do and actions we can take. Like we can follow local businesses on social media, like sharing on the platforms available, hashtags and reposting their posts, recommending those local businesses to friends and families, and even to other businesses, partners that they can start doing business with, and shop local as often as possible. So this is how I see that as well. Thank you, Dr. Fadia.
Let's go to the next question. What is the importance of our psychological state while living during a crisis and a pandemic? And I believe Dr. Mina and Fadia have the answers.
Yeah,
Or some
okay. In this crisis situation, all studies show worse impact on health and the higher psychological discomfort affected significantly. So women present greater severity in symptoms of anxiety, depression, and acute stress. This situation shows the importance of healthcare. We have to know that women living alone show more severe levels of anxiety. There are also situations of domestic violence during the period of crisis and for example, this pandemic. As consequence, greater depressive symptoms. Moreover, loneliness and violence specifically worsen the emotional state in women. It's therefore very necessary to attach great importance to women's mental health, especially during these periods of crisis. For example, women must manage their stress to schedule or self-care, whatever you decide you do during your day. Make it that brings you joy, to develop resilience, to exercise, etc. And I think that I leave the floor to my colleague. Thank you. Hello?
Fadia, you're on mute.
Okay.
Thank you, Lina, for your question. Our psychological state is the basis of our being. It greatly impacts us mentally and physically. Mentally, it affects our consciousness, how we perceive, act, and react. Physically, it is directly linked to our immune system that supports us. There's no question that we're living through challenging times. Living in Lebanon today is living through a life crisis, while a dysfunctional state and crashing economic, so much stress is coming our way, and we feel deprived of our basic human rights. With that, promoting a healthy psychological state is a collective effort. Once every person performs his duties properly, the chain of collaboration helps resolve issues. As a lawyer and political activist, I fully perform my civic duties and ensure the proper law enforcement. I am co-founder of ACM, Certified Anti-Corruption Managers Association, and I lodged lawsuits against corrupt and illegal governmental decisions and actions. With that, I aim to achieve justice in the community that is essential to stability. Now, moving on to dealing with the stress of the pandemic, solidarity is the backbone of one's safety and well-being. So, make time for yourself and check up on others, support one another. Each of us is going through battles, and only together we can help each other go through them, overcome them, and learn from them. To wrap up, solidarity, support, and cooperation help us preserve our psychological state, and together we can thrive. Thank you. The floor now is for Mrs. Fawza.
Thank you, Fadia. That was so powerful. My name is Fawza Bells, and I'm one of the wave makers for UAE. And I am going to pose the question to one of our wave makers tonight, Mrs. Maisa Khalil and Ms. Shada Kassab, ambassador, female wave ambassador Lebanon. How can we live in harmony with the environment in today's world? And what lessons have we learned from Mother Nature? Maisa Khalil, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Fawza, for the great question. I think after last year's pandemic, every human around the globe have now learned that we are part of the ecosystem, we are part of the environment, and it is our duty and responsibility to preserve and protect our planet Earth. There's a lot to do on a governmental level or on the organizational level and individual levels as well. We can start by doing what we are doing here with Female Wave of Change, raising awareness, talking to people, having workshops, talking to our family, friends, community. And probably the simplest way is to apply the main three R's of environment, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. What I mean by reduce is trying to minimize the amount of trash or we generate on daily basis, being more mindful when we purchase something new, asking ourselves if we really need it, and that goes to food and clothes and electronics. And reduce is reuse is when you can become more creative, like reusing your shopping bags. I just discovered that I can reuse the batteries. I have small device that I can recharge them instead of trashing them and getting new ones. And recycling, of course, we can almost recycle everything: glass, cardboard, aluminium. We are lucky in Dubai, we have recycling stations all over the city, nearly in each building, and the same in Beirut and around the world. So just taking charge, being engaged, being responsible, this is our home, and we are all can make a difference. Thank you. Thank you, Fawza.
I can repeat after Maisa, thank you, Maisa, that by raising awareness, sure we will arrive. I just want to mention that according to WHO, 90% of humanity breathes polluted air. So this is why we need to plant, we need to have more plants, we need to have more trees. Deforestation is very, 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 very bad for living. We need, as she already mentioned, reduce. Especially also, I would mention, I would love to mention food waste. Use extra food. We just need to buy the essential quantity to use, not to throw food for garbage, because a lot of people need food and they are not finding it. Reduce the quantity of wherever you go. You go to a restaurant, please, 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 don't be shy to take with you a, we say, doggy bag. Don't be shy to take your the rest of your food, because this is very, 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 very important. You have to ask for a cup, not for a bottle. You have to be very determined about what you need as food, because food waste is very high in the world, and in the same time, lots of people are not finding food. This is the message I want to share with you tonight. Unmute, Fadia.
Fadia, you are on mute. We cannot hear you.
Thank you, Noor, for your question. Multicultural diversity encourages us to interact, exchange cultures, enrich our network, open job opportunities, and build capacities. I'm not saying it's easy, but it invites us to overcome the fear of differences and open space to meet and dialogue. Once this happens, with respect and tolerance, we become richer human beings. We accept our dissimilarities and celebrate them. We can see it in nature. A thriving ecosystem isn't one with monoculture, but one with diversity. Each of us has her own distinctions, her own strengths and weaknesses. Being all together creates a melting pot of acceptance, tolerance, exchange, learning, and unity. Our strengths help us empower one another and find power in our weaknesses. The diverse cultural mixity inspires creativity, and that's what makes Female Wave of Change a rich place for exchange and innovation. I'm so proud of our diversity. I treasure and love you all. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you.
So in terms of Yeah, diversity. Thank you for the question. I would say as simple as, does diversity, I mean, what is our unique advantage with diversity? If there is one thing I think that we learned from the pandemic and from 2020 is that we are all human. We're all the same. We all suffer from the same pains, whether physical and mental. We share the same emotions and we crave to be connected. One of the core values of the female wave of change is embracing diversity. We're a group of diverse, very diverse women and men, because we're not only women in this group and organization. And we're diverse not only in geography, language, nationality, what have you. We're very diverse in our skills and backgrounds and talents. And this enables us to bring to the table different ideas and different skills and open up different opportunities. So being multicultural and diverse in this group is a gift, and it's very enriching. It's an opportunity to understand each other, to look from different angles and perspectives into different matters, and to communicate differently and seek to understand and be understood. And when we bring those different ideas from different angles and we accept each other's and we be more tolerant, this is how we can move to change in the right direction. I would say, just to give an example, I am blessed to be living in a country where we have more than 200 nationalities in the UAE. And with 200 nationalities, we don't think of we don't stop off and think of these details. In 2019, we had the country declared His Highness declared the president the year of tolerance to celebrate the 10 years of success in creating a cohesive nation. And just to give you an example, if I have my kids, they go play in the park and they play with all kids from different, they could meet any nationality in any background. And when they come home, they don't tell me I played with a German girl or a Chinese boy. They just don't see these differences. And this is, if we look at this, diversity is enriching, and look at the human as human beyond their whatever religion, ethnicity, nationality. I believe this is how we can all make a positive change and impact together in the world. So we go to the last question, I believe.
We add on the last question.
All right, so how about, with the current resources that we have, the skills and the potential, how can we contribute to make the world a better place? Believe there's Adriana and Fadia. Are you happy to answer these?
Yes, sure.
Elsa, would you like to start?
You can go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So as female wave of change leaders and women, the way we see that is that we are constantly reminded to see and validate our mindset, our skills, and our network to move to the top level. But among all, we are invited to keep checking our unique and authentic feminine ways of leading. And then this is to maximize our impact in our relationships. However, we have the tendency to wait for miraculous solutions and huge actions to make this happen. So if you want to be the catalyst for change, start with the resources you have now. And by that, I mean, rethink your personal leadership style, explore and experiment with new approaches. Nowadays, a great way of leading is being agile, because then we are being flexible and resilient. And ask yourself a question. Are you using an effective leadership style that works best for you and all the people that you relate to? It doesn't necessarily mean that you will be an agile leader. So also develop your skills to articulate a vision and inspire those around you, and gain strategic communication skills to impact and influence without authority. You can also design and execute an action plan for change, and also build a network of female peers from diverse backgrounds, like here in Female Wave of Change, to support you as you progress. They can certainly help you with various mentoring and coaching programs. And as an example, as I just said, we have an amazing female leadership program here in Female Wave of Change, the Women Leading in Change program, that can help you to gain the mindset, the tools that I'm talking about, and the confidence to lead with impact and navigate uncertainty and change. And at the local level, we have a supportive female community worldwide. So don't wait, we are here to support you. Reach out and let's make it happen. Thank you, Fauza.
That is so profound, Adri. Well, I want to believe that education is one of the pillars in Female Wave of Change. And when my friend Adriana invited me to join Female Wave of Change, I felt personally that it resonates with everything that I have been doing. As a mother, as an author, full-time author, speaker, and as a mentor, I've traveled, I've spoken in different organizations. But I saw there was, in some countries, especially in my own country, where I come from in Kenya, in some places, in the rural areas, in the slums, girls were lacking the basic of education. And so for me, I took up the challenge because I believe when you empower one person, one girl, one boy, you're not only empowering that particular person, but it's for the community and for their society and the countries and the globe at large. And I believe education is very fundamental. So for me, as founder also of FWOC Foundation, we have been impacting lives back in Africa, especially in my own country, through mentoring, paying school fees. We've impacted 2 girls so far with school fees. And through also the foundation, we've been able to support girls to go back to school because we have been providing sanitary feminine hygiene, which to many of us, it looks something that it's nothing, but in many societies, it's actually a luxury. And when every month, every girl is concerned of the leak, for me, I think we are the ones that we have been waiting for. And the time is now. Thank you.
So I think that now I would like to thank you all and everyone here who prepared and asked these questions and answered them. And I assume that you knew about our 5 pillars. So it was for you to feel, live, and sense what's going behind the scenes. It's our 5 pillars. And first of all, we start with the humanity to move forward into the education, environment, health, and after all, women. So by that, I would encourage each and everyone here to ask whatever questions you may have. But before starting the Q&A session, let me check if there is any other announcement by any country that you would like to talk about? I don't know. So Noor, do you have something to announce concerning your upcoming event in Jordan?
Yes, so with our wave makers, we will be hosting a talk show to enable our wave makers to interact with the younger women in Jordan about the various topics that are of concern and that can help bring more some the questions that they cannot usually find easy answers for, and also to share our experiences, our humble experiences in the Jordan Wave Makers. So stay tuned, and we are looking for the first to be launched in the next month.
Thank you so much, Noor, and the Jordanian wave makers also. Let's check with Adriana, Qatar, yeah?
Thank you, Rula. So it's not specifically here in Qatar, but it's an event the Humanity Pillar is hosting next week on the 11th of March. And the date you can check, the time you can check soon because we have different time zones. So it's on our social media, but it's also another event from the Humanity Pillar to celebrate the International Women's Day. So stay tuned, join us, it's free, and let's keep the conversation rolling on an empowered woman, empowered society and humanity. So we wait for you.
Thank you so much, Adriana. I will love that. Any other ambassador who would, yeah, Lina, UAE?
Yes. So for us, we have a framework. Maisa, Fauza, and myself have put together like a general framework of different topics that we will take roles in tackling, and we will be inviting women, and we hope, and men. We hope we will have a good crowd, so we will be tackling different topics under each pillar. We have an education, we have, we're supporting women on, for example, children bullying. We're doing under finance some money talks and money matters, some career orientation for those who lost job after pandemic. We will be also tackling the health, the personal health, self-care, self-love, healthy relationship, and also some stuff about the environment. So a lot of things are cooking in the pipeline, and we hope to hear, from people. And if they have other needs too or topics to be tackled, we welcome people to join that.
Thank you so much, Lina. Anyone else? Shada, you notified us that you will have an event in April 9th. So we will be following 9th?
No, on April 9th, you will be our guest. I will have the next event on 19th March.
March 19th, okay.
March 19th, no. You just remembered your event.
Sorry, dear.
No, but I would like to highlight that we stuck to the time that we precise. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, anyone else? Dr. Mina, where are you? Anything? I think her connection maybe. Anyway, please do follow our social media. And now I would like to hear from you if you have any questions, and we are here to answer any question you may have. And please make sure whenever you are you want to know more. Thanks for joining, Dr. Rabin. Yeah, thank you. We do have the Female Wave of Change program, Women Leading in Change, to reshape the future. So to know more about that, follow us on our social media. And there are some limited places still ongoing. And I hope you will enjoy it. Any question? Ingon, did you notice if we have any question on Facebook or from the attendees here? Anyone would like to know anything? No, it's okay. So Anything else that you would like to say, Ingun, before we wrap up?
I see that there's someone who raised her hand, Nada.
Yeah,
Nada, I
Yeah.
didn't see your hand. Sorry, my dear. Okay.
I raised my hand from Istanbul
Wow.
to congratulate all of you. All of you are younger than me, so I can really say I'm proud that the wave of women are being so positive waves. Can we call them having positive vibes? And it's really a pride for us to see the MENA wake up. I am retired from Aramco, which is the local place where MENA started, Saudi Arabia, Dhahran. Then it went down to Kuwait, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Sharjah was very active in the 80s, then they slowed down. Lebanon was introduced through the Dubai active Lebanese in the MENA group in Dubai. And I'm really, really proud that I was invited just to observe you, and it was a pleasure. And I felt sad for the people who left too soon, but I think it will be always a positive vibe to keep talking, keep asking questions, keep being creative for a better tomorrow for all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nada.
This touch.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nada, and we're waiting you in Female of
Sure,
Change.
sure. It will be my pleasure to talk about leadership.
Your waves are so precious.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to join you tonight. I have another meeting to attend with New York tonight. So I will be leaving you now to get ready for my speech.
It's okay. Thank you for being here. Ingun Nawal, would you like to end it with something?
Well, I will start and then Nawal can finish. I can only agree with Nada that I am also very proud that to see what has happened here. Of course we are facing challenges right now in the world, and one is facing more challenges than the other. But this energy, what is happening here, this is what we need, to support each other and really move together to create those waves of change. That is helping so much, and it is helping at so many levels. We have to think global, but we have to act local. And of course, acting local is right now an issue, but we can move forward. And that is what we see right here. This energy is what we need, and that keeps us going, and that keeps us moving forward. So keep on going, ladies. Yes, very proud to see what is happening. And what Nada says, that the MENA is waking up again. So that is really fantastic to see. So
thank you. Thank you so much, Ingun, and thank you for your support globally and locally and in every way. So Nawal, would you like to say?
Thank you all for being with us tonight, and thank you for all the participants and the viewers on the Facebook. We just would like to emphasize that we would like to invite you to participate in all the ambassadors events. This will add value and will support the ambassadors who are working hard to implement what we have worked on a global level, on the local level. We have worked hard as a group on the international level on the 5 pillars of humanity, education, health, environment, and economy. And we do have a program to be implemented on the local level and on the international level. So each ambassador can start working with these pillars in order to be able to implement it not only on the outside world, on our own countries. There is things that are very simple. We can start with them on our own houses, in our small societies, and on our countries. So thank you all. We do have the energy and we will build on it, each one of us. I can see the inspiring ladies, those who did not reach what they reached except with hard works, and I know that we can do more. So thank you all tonight.
Thank you, Nawal, and thank you for all ladies here and who worked really, and they are still working passionately as a volunteer mission We are here to support you, ladies, all over the world, and the MENA in each country. And together we are stronger. So let's make it happen, and let's all together support, be vulnerable to ask for any help we might need. And we are here just to support with no judgment, in a safe atmosphere, in a safe place, to network with other ladies all over the world. Thank you again, and have a blessed end of day and a happy International Women's Day. See you and bye.
Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Rula, for making this beautiful family.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you and bye.